Yeah, we'll start the session. So let them join later. So if any of them comes, then we'll see. Yep. I think you may be aware of the reporting tools. There are many reporting tools are available in the market. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can able to see your screen.
Yeah. So let's say, so what exactly the reporting? A reporting, it contains a collection of pages, right? So each page, it contains the information, and the information may be, it can be presented to the higher people for the decision making purpose. So in the similar way, this reporting, there are many reporting tools which can be designed for these reports. So whatever the list I have presented, so these are the list of reporting tools which are available in the market. So out of, so we can categorize a few of them are reporting tools and few of them are data visualization tools. If you see in the list, so Power BI, this first one is D3JS. D3JS. So you can see under level 4. Under level 4, there are listed tools are available. So the first one is a D3JS. So D3JS is a data-driven dashboard JavaScript. So this is one of the data visualization tool. In the similar way, we have Power BI, ClickView, Tableau, Spotfire, and SAP Lumira. There is a middle one more is there, SAP Lumira. So these five are data visualization tools. So currently in the market, so the Power BI and Tableau is in leading position. So the rest are in the normal position. And if you see the other reporting tools where we have SAP BO and SSRS, SSAS, and then MicroStrategy, Pentaho. So all these are the other reporting tools. So these are traditional reporting tools. We can call it as a traditional reporting tools. So traditional reporting tools means, so they can able to present the data in the form of paginated reports, and these doesn't have much data visualization capabilities to present the data into the viewers. So that's where data visualization come to the picture. And moreover, these traditional reporting tools allows to bring the data only for a few of the data sources, not from all the data sources. Let's say we have a different data sources where on premises data source. Let's say there are some files which are existed in your system. It may be Excel file, CSV file, or XML file which is present in your system, and you are trying to pull the data from those heterogeneous data sources, and you will be populating, and you will be present, or you will be creating a report on top of the data source, and you will be publishing those reports into the server. So that's where it will come to the picture, all the reportings. So whereas these data visualization, so it has all the capabilities where it allows all various heterogeneous data sources, where you could connect all kind of data sources, not only a particular data source system. It allows all the data sources. So typically we have 5 data sources are available. Let's say we have, let me write it down. So those are very important. So one is on premises data source, and the other one is online data source, on premises database, online database, and then online data services. So let's say for an example, your data, someone join, yeah, Brahmana IDH. Okay. So if you see out of all these sources, the first source is on-premises data sources. So on-premises data source in the sense, let's say your data resides in the Excel or your data resides in the CSV file. So where you would want to connect with on-premises data sources from the Excel or CSV file or from XML file where you could connect it. So that particular source system, it will be come under on-premises data sources. In the similar way, the same set of files, Excel, CSV file, and XML file, where you are trying to connect from the Google Cloud or from OneDrive system where it is a online. So those you can call it as an online data source. In the these are the Excel, these are the set of files you are trying to connect from the offline, and these are the set of files you are trying to connect from the online. So that's where it come to the picture as on premises data source and online database, online data source. The similar way on premises database, so let's say if you are trying to connect with SQL server or oracle oracle or PostgreSQL, or you are trying to connect with SAP HANA, or you are trying to connect with SAP BW. So all these are the different heterogeneous databases where you are trying to connect from the on-premises database. So nothing but offline. So all these SQL Server, Oracle, it's been installed in your system, and you are trying to connect with those particular data sources. It's called as an on-premises database. And online database. So like let's say Microsoft Azure, and let's say you are trying to connect with Azure HD Insight, Azure HD Insight, or AWS system, Amazon Web Services DB. So let's say if you are trying to connect with any other source systems which are in online, and those databases can be connected through the online databases. And online data services, let's say if you are trying to connect with the Facebook, or if you are trying to connect with Salesforce, or you are trying to connect with Google Cloud, you're trying to connect with Adobe Analytics. All these are come under online data services. So we have categorized all these are the various source systems which are available, and if you are trying to connect with all these source systems, can be done by using these data visualization tools. And if you see for other reporting tools, whereas the traditional reporting tools, as I said, traditional reporting tools, SSRS or SSAS, and SAP BO, and microstrategy and Pentaho. So all these are various reporting tools, which are the traditional reporting tools, or which is having the capability to design the paginated reports, not complete data visualization tools. And it does not have the capability to connect with all these data source systems. Only it has a capability to connect with a certain data sources, which is under traditional reporting tools. So let me go to that Power BI now. So out of all the tools, as I told, so if somebody asks what are the data visualization tools, so you can tell them Power BI, Tableau, and then Spotfire and SAP Lumira and data driven dashboard. So all these are the various data visualization tools in the market. And out of that, Power BI and Tableau are in leading position. So if any project comes, so first preference would be either Power BI or Tableau. So those are the leading position data visualization tools in the market. So what exactly the Power BI? So let's say Power BI is a data visualization tools, and it allows to connect with any kind of source systems irrespective of any source. Let's say, as I told you, you could connect with online, offline data sources, whereas Excel file or CSV file or XML file, or else you could connect with on premises or online data sources or on premises database, whereas the SQL server or Oracle, or online database, whereas the Microsoft Azure, or online data services, whereas MongoDB. And also we have MS Access database, or this is the World Wide Web, where you could see the symbol of E, right? This is the World Wide Web, or else you could connect with the Salesforce. So all these are the various source systems where you could connect to the Power BI and pull the data into your Power BI and try to visualize the data in terms of by using a various visuals, capturing those in the form of a reporting design. And out of that, so what exactly the Power BI is? A Power BI is a collection of software and services, so where you could connect with any kind of source system, and you could do the data modeling and do all sort of data transformations on your data, and create a final report which can be present to your manager or higher people, which can make a decision making system out of it. So that is called as a Power BI. So not only the Power BI, any data visualization tools would have all these capabilities, and final outcome is to present the data to the higher management people to make a effective decisions. So that's where it comes as all these data visualization tools. So, and mostly data visualization, so it has a plenty of data visuals where you could design your data in terms of graphical system. So where it can be collectively bring the data from multiple source systems and design the data and design the reports and publish your reports into a Power BI server, whereas it come as a service. So that I will take you to later. So what exactly, so what are the components, what are the different components available in the Power BI system? So, and each component functionality, and so that I can describe later. So first you can understand what exactly the Power BI and why it is useful. So as simple as this is a data visualization tool, so where you could connect with multiple source systems and where you can pull the data into your Power BI and do the data modeling and do all sort of transformations and design your report, and the report can be published to the server where most of the users can able to preview the report to take effective decisions for the decision making. So, and let me go to the next slide. So what exactly, so there are different roles in the Power BI. So let's say once if you hire for the Power BI position, so what role you are looking for? Is it for Power BI designer, or is it for Power BI developer, or is it for Power BI report consumer, or you are a admin guy? So we have four different roles are available in this Power BI. So one is the Power BI designer, Power BI developer, and then Power BI report consumer, and the finally Power BI admin. So, what are the functionalities and what are the roles and responsibilities of all these various system? Let's say Power BI designer. So, Power BI designer typically what would do is, so pull the data. I mean, you would connect to the various source systems and pull the data and do all sort of transformations. All sort of transformation in the sense we have a different set of transformations. Let's say a data sorting and data conversion, and then data scrubbing, so data combining, data merging. So so all these are the different sort of data transformations which you could apply on your data to transform or to translate your raw data into a meaningful information, and finally you could bring that data into your Power BI. So where you could create or where you design your report based on out of this meaningful data. So finally, your report is ready to present to the higher officials, where that is the final outcome, where you could present the report to the user, the end users. So that's where it come as a Power BI designer. So Power BI report consumer is a final users. So they would not be part of development, and they would not be part of any requirement gathering. They are the final users who will consuming the report. So let's say I'm the one of the report consumer, or I'm the user, I'm the final user. Final user in the sense they are higher officials who will be part of the business. So they are part of the business, and they would be able to make a decisions out of your data. So your responsibility would be, so you have to create a report effectively. That is the first thing. A report consumer would take all the report, so whatever you have created, so he will able to analyze the data, and he will take a decisions out of it. So that's where a report consumer will come to the picture. And the next thing is a report developer. So a report developer in the sense, let's say if you create a report and I would want to embed this report to any other applications, any other applications in the sense, let's say you have one of the application. So now I would want these reports to be embedded to the applications, the other applications. So those applications embedded into the other applications would be part of the Power BI development. So either you are looking for a Power BI developer, you would be knowing all the coding part. So you should be having all the knowledge of the coding part, whereas you should be knowing a Python language or R language, or also you should be knowing some basic, that coding language to effectively embed your report into a application, external application. So that's where Power BI developer will come to the picture. The final one is a Power BI admin. So right, how admin will perform actions. So admin, typically the admin will provide access to the reports, or typically admin will manage all set of reports in the server. And if any kind of access related, or if any kind of user authentication related would come to the picture, and admin will take care of it. So these are the typical four roles are available in the Microsoft Power BI. One is a Power BI designer, and then Power BI report consumer, Power BI uh, Power BI developer, and Power BI admin. So these are the four roles. And now we'll go to the what are the parts of the Power BI system. So what are the parts of the Power BI system? So let's say if you go here, and these are the parts of the Power BI system. Let's say Power BI, a Power BI, it contains different parts of the Power BI. So one is a Power BI desktop, one is a Power BI service, and the last one is a Power BI mobile. So this is the workflow of Power BI. So this is the flow of Power BI. So one is a Power BI desktop. So it is simple as, so let's say as you are a web developer, or as a you are a SSRS report developer. So what typically you would do? So you will be having SSRS client version. So where you can design all your reports as part of your client version. So once you design all your reports in your client version, so you would need to publish that report into some server. So server which is available, so where your content will be present to the users. That's where all your content would be stored in your server. So that is called as a Power BI service. And the Power BI mobile, as simple as, so let's say we have let's say railway reservation system, right? We have the smart application. So what is called that, Visu? There is a smart application to uh, uh, ticket reserve. Let's say for online ticket reservation for trains. So there is application. So what is that application? There is a name it. So
IRCT.
let's say any. IRCTC, exactly, IRCTC. So IRCTC, what you would do typically, so you don't need to go to web system. So it allows you to connect with your mobile. So where you could connect with your mobile and try to log on with your credentials, and then you can able to reserve your ticket or book your ticket through the portal. I mean, by connecting to the portal through your mobile. In the similar way, here also we have three different parts of Power BI where you could allow a Power BI mobile users to connect to the Power BI system to able to browse the data as part of the report. So that's where the Power BI mobile come to the picture. So this is the additional the additional feature. I mean, I don't say it is an additional feature, it is a common feature. So nowadays each and every web application they are providing facility to connect with the through mobile version. So in the similar way, we have all the three different parts of the Power BI. So whereas the Power BI desktop, Power BI service, and then Power BI mobile. So the Power BI desktop is a client version. So where you could connect with your data and pull the data and apply all sort of your transformations and make your data ready, which is a business or meaningful information, and then try to build your reports and publish your reports into your server, which is called as a Power BI service. So this can be act as a server, but this is not on premises server. This is the online services. We can call it as a online data services, or we can call it as a Power BI service. And as soon as if you publish your reports to the Power BI service, where you could able to preview the data by connecting to the Power BI service. And the final one is a Power BI mobile version. So where there are different sort of mobile users, right? So one is a Windows mobile users, or Android mobile users, or iPhone users, or through iPod also there would be people connecting together. So there are different sort of users who will be connecting to the Power BI and then, through mobile version. So these are the typical three parts of the Power BI. So Power BI desktop, Power BI service, and then Power BI mobile. So in the Power BI desktop, so there are four things it will come to the picture. So one thing is data discovery, data analysis, data visualization, and the final one is the data exploration. Data exploration. So what exactly the data discovery? So all these four things would be part of your Power BI desktop. So data discovery is nothing but where it allows you to connect with any kind of source system, either on premises data sources or online data source, or on premises database, or online database, or online data services. So a data discovery would allow you to connect with any kind of source system which will pull you the data into your Power BI, and then you can apply your data modeling. Start building your data modeling and start applying all sort of transformation to convert raw data into a meaningful or business information. And once your data model is ready, then you can start visualizing your data by creating a reports. And finally, a data exploration is nothing but, so there are some sort of maps, so which will present the data in the form of graphical representation, in the form of that a graphical representation where you could see your data in terms of graphical representation. So that would be part of data exploration. So all these four things would be part of your Power BI desktop. So as soon as your Power BI desktop is completed, I mean, as soon as you complete your report development, you can publish your report into your Power BI service. So once if your report is available in the Power BI service, you can start sharing your report to the users. As simple as, so let's say you have created one application and you have published that application to the server. So in the server and the front end there is a web application where you could connect to this particular server, right? So this server can act as a backend, but the front end web application would connect to this API application interface where it would connect to your server. So in the similar way, the Power BI service also online data services where your report is present in your system, and you can start sharing the report to the users. So where it will part of consumer, a report consumer, Power BI report consumers will come to the picture. And as soon as your report is present in your Power BI service, all the report consumers would able to consume the report, and they can start analyzing the data, so to figure out the decisions. So that's where it will come to the picture. The final one is the Power BI mobile, as I told. So you can try to connect with the Power BI mobile. There is a application, there is a software, call it as there is an app in your app store, call it as a Power BI mobile version. So a Power BI app. So as soon as you install the Power BI app, so it will be asked for the authentication. So as soon as you provide your credentials, then it will be allowing to the connect with your report, whatever the reports you have built in your Power BI desktop. So you can able to connect through the Power BI mobile version. So typically these are the three systems which are available in the Power BI, and there are also different parts of the Power BI system. So those are the additional things. So let me type here. One is the Power BI desktop. The second one is a Power BI service, and then Power BI mobile. As I told you, right, Power BI embedded. So this is the another one, Power BI embedded, and then Power BI report server, and then Power BI, Power BI report server, Power BI embedded, and there is one more thing, which is called as Power BI premium. So these are the typical parts of the Power BI system. So as of now, I covered till here. Power BI desktop, Power BI service, Power BI mobile, and then Power BI embedded. So Power BI embedded, as I told you, right? So the Power BI developer role. So whereas he will be having all coding knowledge, where you could embedded this Power BI report to the web applications or SharePoint or online applications. So that will come to the Power BI embedded. This Power BI report server is as similar to this Power BI service, but this Power BI service is an online data services. I think you may aware of SSRS, right? In the SSRS, as soon as you build the report from the client system, so you can publish the reports into a Power BI report server. So in the similar way, here also we have the Power BI report server, which is an on-premises report server. On-premises report server, in the sense you could publish all your reports in your report system, Power BI report server. So this is a on-premises server, and this is the online data services. So there is only the difference. The on-premises report server, on this is the online data services. So on premises report server, you would need to manage uh, uh, all kind of admin roles, as well as all kind of monitoring. So you would need to perform it. Whereas this Power BI service, you don't need to monitor anything. So only Microsoft will take care of everything. So only the thing is, just you need to publish your report to the Power BI service. You don't need to monitor. You don't need to monitor, in the sense, let's say if the server crashes, if let's say here there might be a chances of occurring, the server crashes, or the server not up and running, or the server not available. If the server crashes, or if the server not available, if the server not up and running, so then there is a there won't be a report available to the end users. But here in the Power BI service, you don't need to look anything. So Microsoft will take care of everything. So that means, so whatever the reports you are going to publish into the Power BI service, this Power BI service will connect to the Power BI nodes, the backend virtual nodes. So that nodes will be managed by the Microsoft. You don't need to worry anything. Am I clear? So this is how typically the workflow of the Power BI system.
Okay.
So the other part would be Excel. So as I told you, Excel and Power BI both are siblings. Uh, uh, mm, as I told you, so this Power BI has been derived from the Excel. I can say the Power BI has been derived from the Excel. So whatever the features are available in the Excel, the same set of features are available in the Power BI also. So it means it has been derived from the Excel. So whatever all the features are available in the Excel, the same feature, exact same features are available in the Power BI. Power BI. So, so what I could do is I'll try to connect with one particular source system, and I will try to bring the data, and I'll build some sort of reports, and I'll publish to the Power BI service. And then we'll see. There is a one example. I will connect to the system, and I'll try to bring the data. We'll see the example, so that you will come to know what exactly what kind of report we'll be creating, and how the reports can be created, and how the reports can be published to the Power BI service, and how we could monitor these reporting in the Power BI service itself. So what I would do is before going to Power BI, before going to the Excel, first what I would do is, as I told you, Excel and Power BI both are similar, and both are together as a powerful features having. And before going to the Power BI, so I will take you through the Excel. So what are the features are available in the Excel? The same features are available in the Power BI service or Power BI itself. So let me write. So what are the features are available? So one is the Power Query. So these are the add-ons in the Excel: Power Query, Power Pivot, Power View, and Power Map. Power Map. So these are the four add-ins in your Excel. As soon as, let me open the Excel first. Open the Excel, and if you go to on top options, you could see from the options, this is the option. If you go to the option here, you could see add-ins. If you click on the add-ins, under manage, there is a com add-ins. If you go to the com add-ins, here you could see there are com add-ins. Go, and here you could see there are four typical things. One is the Microsoft Power Query, and Microsoft Power View, Power Map. One second. Yeah. So Power Query is by default embed with the Excel. So the other things you could see: Power Pivot, Power View, and then Power Map. So these are the four things which are add-ins in the Excel. So once all these four add-ins are available in your Excel, you could able to create whatever the report you want, and then you can publish this particular report into your Power BI. So, so you can ask me why even Excel is there, and what are the features are available in the Power BI. The same set of features are available in the Excel itself. Then why do we want to go to Power BI? So as I told you, this is an ad hoc tool. So this is an ad hoc tool. This is for the ad hoc analysis purpose. This is not for the standard reporting purpose. Excel is a ad hoc reporting, and Excel has all sort of features. And what are the features? And even you could create what sort of reporting in your traditional reporting tool. The same set of features you can replicate in your Excel. Let me go to insert data. Let me close this first. Click on blank workbook. So now you could see, as I told you, right? So what I would do is, in parallel, I will open the Power BI desktop itself. So before going to open the Power BI desktop, I would want you to highlight, so from where you can download the Power BI desktop, so that you can try to download the Power BI desktop. And before going to download, what are the prerequisite which would be needed to install the Power BI desktop? So just try to Google it Power BI desktop downloads, and it will be navigate to the Power BI desktop. From here, you could able to download it. So here there is a Power BI desktop download. So Microsoft Power BI desktop download. So it will take you to the Microsoft Store, and then from here you can download it. Yeah, this is the one. Get it, and then it will be downloaded. So as soon as it will be downloaded, you can install this Power BI desktop. Okay. So that is the first step. You can try to install the Power BI desktop and try to compare what are the exactly what actual features are available in your Excel as well as the Power BI desktop. So now I am trying to open the Power BI desktop in parallel and will compare what are the same features are available in the Power BI desktop as well as the Power BI as well as in the Excel. So let me open the Power BI desktop. So this is the Power BI desktop. So let me open the Power BI desktop. So now we are in the same position. So the Excel I have opened, Power BI desktop I have opened. So now first thing is in the Power BI desktop, what is the first thing? One is the first thing is a Power Query. So in the Power BI also we can call it as a Power Query. In the Excel also we can call it as a Power Query. Okay. Make please remember the first thing is a Power Query. So a Power Query would allow you to bring the data from any kind of source system. As I told you, this is called as a data discovery. In the Excel, we can call it as a data discovery or Power Query. So Power Query will allow you to connect with any kind of source system. So now I am going to connect with the more. So more in the sense, so here by default it will display the favorite source connections. If you go to the more, it will display all source systems. Whatever the source systems are available, you can connect with those source system. I mean, a file. As I told you, this is the on-premises data sources. So where you could connect with the Excel source, CSV file, XML file, and a folder or SharePoint. So any kind of on-premises data sources you would be able to connect through the file. And the other thing is database. So as I told you, this is the on-premises database where you could connect with the Oracle database or SQL database or a PostgreSQL or Sybase or MySQL or IBM DB2. So any kind of on-premises database you could able to connect from here. And this is the Azure, so where it is called as online database. So where you could able to connect with Microsoft Azure system. Under Azure you have plenty of subsystems, whereas Azure blob storage or table storage or Azure data lake storage or HD Insight. So all these are the different Azure components where you could able to connect with it. And online services, as I told you, online data services where you could able to connect with Google Analytics, Adobe Analytics, or you could able to connect with Facebook, so LinkedIn, so any kind of systems where you could connect with all kind of sources which are available in the data services. So these are the four typical data sources. One is the on-premises data source, online data source, on-premises database, or online database, or online data services. These are the five systems. So in the similar way, I'm trying to open the Excel. If you go to the Excel, uh, go to data, under get data, you could see the same thing. So here also you could connect with all kind of source system. If you go to from file system, so you could able to get the data from all sort of source system. And if you go to from database, you could able to connect with all kind of databases. And if you go to the Azure system, these are the Azure components. And online data services, these are the online data services. So this is called as a Power Query. If you go to get data, so whatever the source systems you could able to connect with, so that can be defined as a Power Query. And in this Power BI also you have the Power Query where all the source systems are available under the get data. So the first thing is a Power Query. The second thing is a Power Pivot. Power pivot, where you could as soon as you bring the data in your source system, you could able to modelize, or you could able to analyze the data, or you could perform the manage relationships among the tables, where you could define your data model. That's where power pivot will come to the picture. The third one is a power view. Power view in the sense, if you go there, Excel, we have different sort of, if you go to insert, we have different sort of data visualizations. So all these are the visuals: pie chart, line chart, and bar column chart. So all these are the various visuals where you could able to present your data. So that will come to the power view. And this is the power map. As I told you, power map is a where you can explore your data in terms of geographic information. So that's where it will come to the power map. So these are the typical four system. So as soon as once if you finish power query, power pivot, power view, and power map, then power bi desktop is completed. So the second one is a power bi service, the last one is a power bi mobile. So now we are in the power bi desktop. So let me pull you some data from the power from the Excel, and I will create some sort of reports, and I will publish the same sort of report to the power bi service. So let me bring some data from the web. So there is a data from the web. So what I'm trying to do is, so there is some football championship data which is available in the web. So I'm trying to bring that data from the web, and I will connect from the Excel, and I'll try to create some sort of report. So let me take this URL, go to your Excel, go to your Excel. 1 second, let me, okay. So what you can do is here go to data, and then go to get data. From here there is a web, is web would be there. Go to here there is a web, from web. So click on from web, and whatever the URL you copied, right, you paste that URL here. So make it okay. So what I am trying to do is, I am trying to pull the data from the web portal. So in the web portal, I have a European Football Championship data. So in that European Football Championship data, so if you go to the web view, so this is a web page. Under this web page, I have a European Football Championship data. So out of that, on your left hand side, if you see, one is a table view, one is a web view. So whatever the list of tables in the table content, so whatever the data present in the table content, that would show under the table view. So these are the list of tables. So now out of all these tables, I would need this results table. So select the results table, and then click transform data. So if you see this table, so one by one, if you see this table, go to document. So this is a HTML content table which I would not require, and go to the results table, and this is the actual table which I would need. So then select this particular table. So before that, go to transform data, and once if you go to transform data, so whatever the data you are trying to pull from the Excel, all the data it would be present in your system, in your Excel. So out of all the columns, I would need only two columns. One is a column one. Column one, it contains the year, in which year they played the football championship, and which year they won the football championship. So 1960, France won the football championship, and 1964, Spain won the football championship, and 1968, Italy won the football championship. So how many times each country, how many times won the football championship? That is our analysis. So for that, so select only these two columns, right click, and then remove other columns. So as soon as if you remove other columns, you would be having only two columns. And one more thing, here you would need to see, so whatever the steps you would apply, those steps would be recorded on your left hand side under applied steps. This is the applied steps. So let me, I wanted to go to previous step. Let me remove this step. So then you would go to previous step. Now I wanted to remove all other columns. I would want to keep only these two columns. So whatever the step you apply, those steps it will be recorded under the applied steps. And if you want to go to previous step, then remove the step so that you will go to previous step. And now, so out of this, let's say in the column 1, so column 1 and then column 2, so column 1 and column 2, these are not meaningful header names, right? So it should have header names, either year. So this column 1, it have all the years in the sense header name, it should be year. And column 2, it has a country name, so the name it would be country name. So now what I'm trying to do is, so I'm going to select this data, first value of the data should be promoted as a column header. For that, there is a use first row as a header. So click on this use row as a header so that you could see year. Year will go to the column header and host will go to the column header. So now I would want to rename this host as country name. So select this, make it as a country. So now I have the column headers, year and then country. So the next step would be, so here if you see out of year, you should be having 1960, all the list of year, but here still we have year. This is not required. So that go to filter session and then let's disable the year. Let's disable the year. And let's make it okay. So now you have the data is ready. So out of that, what you have done is, so the first thing is you have promoted the header name. The second thing is you have removed the unnecessary data and you make the data as whatever the data is meaningful, that you make it ready. So this is the next step. As soon as you perform all the operations, then let's go to close and then apply. So now your data is ready. So this is the year and this is the country. So now I would want to analyze the data. So each country, how many times they won the football championship. Here you could see Italy won the football championship in 1968, and here Italy won the football championship in 1980. In the similar way, here also it won the football championship in 1980. I think it would be 1987 or something. Let me make 1987. Normally, it would be a different year, but the data it captures the same years. Let me keep the same thing. So in the similar way, I would want to count each country own how many times they won the football championship. That is the analysis. So what I would do is, so select this particular data and then go to Power Pivot. Uh, no, go to data, insert, click on the pivot table. As soon as if you click on the pivot table, it will go to the another page. Now it will give you the data. So now I would want to analyze the data. So country as a columns, or you can keep it as a rows, and then year and count of country. Let me go to the count of country. Now you could see France won the football championship 3 times. Italy won the football championship 3 times. So this is how I would want to do the analysis. Now I have done this. In the similar way, so whatever the analysis I have done, the same kind of analysis I would want to present this data in the visuals. So go to insert. So click on some particular chart and some 3D chart and put the data here. So now you could see the same data. Let me take this visual and put it here. So now you could see, right, if you keep your cursor on the top of here, it would display Italy how many times won? 3 times. And if you cursor here, France won 3 times. This is how it would represent your data in the graphical system in terms of visuals. This is how you could create your report. So one thing, and the other thing, I would want to create another report. For that, you select this data and click on some particular some other chart. Let's say I would want to create some donut chart. Donut chart. Let me create some donut chart. So this is the donut chart. So this donut chart is this complete cycle, right? if you go to do not chart, this complete cycle, this complete circle has 100 percentage. Out of 100 percentage, see 30 17 percentage has been occupied by France, and the other 17% occupied by Italy. In the similar way, this whole circle represents 100 percentage, and whatever the maximum space occupied by each country, you could see France three times, and then Italy three times, and then West Germany one time. So like this, you could perform your analysis. So this is how you could create your reports by using any kind of data. So as soon as your data is ready, you start creating your data visuals. So now my report is done. So I have completed my report. So now I would want to publish this report to the Power BI service. So this is how you could do typically in your Excel. The same thing I would want to create, the same report I would want to create in my Power BI. How you could do the in Power BI, go to in Power BI, similar way, go to get data, and go to web, and here you can paste the URL, make it okay, and it allows you to bring the data from the web. So out of that, I would need results. Take the results, go to transform data, and select year and then host, and then remove all other columns. So you could see whatever the operations you could do, and those steps will be recorded under the applied steps, the same steps. So whatever is there in the Excel future, the same set of futures, you could see the similar things. And year and then host, and then you could make it as country out of that, and you could see these are the set of years. Where is 1980? Okay, Italy 1 2. Here only we could see two times. I think I had done something. Removed all other columns, remove the nulls. Yeah, now your data is ready. Let's make this as country, and let's give this table name meaningful name. So let's go to close and apply. So as soon as you do close and apply, so now you could see all the set of fields are available under your left hand side, right hand side under system. So now you go here. So these are the different set of visuals, and apply what are the visuals you want, right? So you can take the visual and then present your data into the visual. Take the country to the axis, and take the country to the set of values. So this is a one particular visual. There is one particular visual. In the similar way, do not chart. So where is the do not chart? So this is the do not chart. Take the do not chart. Take the country details. Take the country in the set of values. So now you could see. So as I told you, right, this whole circle represent 100 percentage. So out of that, you could see the maximum, which is a 17.65. In the similar way, you could see the respective percentages. So this is how you could create your visual in the Power BI. So, and as soon as you complete this, right, you can publish this report to the Power BI service. As I told you, right, the second component. or the part of the Power BI system, there are three parts, right? As I told you, one is the Power BI desktop, Power BI service, and Power BI mobile. So now we have done the report in the Power BI desktop. Now you could publish this report into the Power BI service. So to publish the report to the Power BI service, go to the publish and then click on that. So before that, you would need to save the report, save the report as you can football match all championship, then save the report and then publish it. As soon as publish it, so as soon as if you publish it, it will come as a two things. One is the my workspace or Power BI 7 o'clock. So this is the another group, this is the another app. One is a my workspace, the other one is the app workspace. I will tell you what is the my workspace, what is the app workspace. As of now, I'm going to publish under the my workspace. As soon as if you publish it into the my workspace, so this will be published to the my workspace. Then you would need to go to the myworks, just click on this championship, so that it will take you to the Power BI service. So to connect with the Power BI service, you would need the organizational credentials. So now you can see this football championship. Whatever the report I have created, right? The same report you could see here. And now I would want to share this report to the users. Go and then share the report to the users. Here I would want to share to the report to the users. So click on that and then save it and then send it. I now this report has been shared to the Ashok. So now what I would need to is I would need to connect to my credentials to see this particular report. So let's say if I share this report to you, right? So you have to connect to your credentials to the Power BI service, then go to share with me. So here, if you go to share with me, so whatever the report I have been shared, right? That report will be available here. Here you could able to see it. So that is how you could create it. So now I have published from the Power BI desktop. Now you could publish the same report from the Excel. So go to file, and here there is a publish option. Publish it. So before publish it, you need to save this report. So you would need to publish the same report to the service. So now what I have done, I have saved this report. So go and then publish it. So right now I have connected with this account, my organizational account. So you would need to sign out, and then you would need to connect with some other account, and then you can able to publish it. Yeah, that is how you can create different sort of reports in Excel, as well as you can create a report in the Power BI desktop. And finally, you can share or publish that report into the Power BI service. Yep, that is the session for the today's session, and we'll see for the next session. We will take some sort of examples, and then we will go through from the scratch. So from the Power BI desktop to Power BI service, and then Power BI mobile. So am I clear? So if you have any questions or queries, please raise the questions. Hi Razu.
It's clear, Ashok.
Naidu or
Yeah,
Viswa.
yeah, it's okay. Today we don't have any queries.
Yeah, sure, sure. So we'll connect the same on tomorrow at 7 p.m. and then we'll see 7 a.m. So we'll see with some other example, and we'll build different sort of reports, and then we'll publish to the Power Based service, and then we'll see.
Okay. Okay, Ashok.
So I'm going to close the session for today. Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for your session.
Yeah. Thank you.